Hello, good evening. I just wanted to show you a very quick videoing. Well, probably not a very quick videoing, but this is my marble pothos that I have had for 6 months. I have purchased this one since about that high. So now I've got two here. Another one is in the other side, which is giving me this lovely, absolute gorgeous variegation. And I had it in the sunroom, which is a bit of light but not too much light, so the variegation is as is what's supposed to be, but the leaves are quite small. So when the leaves are obviously all too much variegation, according to them, is that the plants is not so happy, because obviously the variegation is lack of chlorophyll, lack of vitamins or the sun. So obviously that's showing in there. But I have made a climbing pole, and as it gets older and climber, it has a changes its length, obviously. So it's tripled since I've had it 6 months. But as I walk past, I just had to show you that I moved my plants under the awning or under the shade, and here it's getting more sun, and so the leaves, within a couple of weeks, 3 weeks maybe, it has gone much bigger. So it's a little bit water spot there, but the leaves are grown greener, so the plant's obviously much happier, and it's bigger. So it has actually passed the climbing pole that I had made. I had made that one temporarily, really. And this is on the other side. The plants have lost its variegation because it's too much sun now, which is, it's fine, because this obviously is showing that the plant's much more healthier, because according to the botanist, is that the variegation is actually the weak part of the plant. So it's actually not happy, but it does look good for us, but not for the plants. But as soon as I move them away and move them down here, it has given me much bigger leaves, and the variegation has disappeared on the very top, which is fine, but I like the variegation. So I have moved just since my plants away from the sun, so it's not so much sun. And then I just want to show you my new leaf that it has come out. Look at this amazing, gorgeous half moon. It is absolutely fantastic. And as you can see, the leaves, it's much bigger, much healthier. And this one has given me just a tiny variegation since I moved it from a slightly lighter area. So I moved them here so I can keep the variegation. I don't want to lose the variegation, but I don't want my plants to be sad or undergrown. So that at the moment it's giving this perfect leaves. So I'm going to keep it. I'm monitoring it with this new ones, or the new one will be a little bit variegation but still a big leaf. So the higher the plants, the longer they grow, the bigger the leaves is gone, so it looks much healthier. So I will have to make it a longer climbing pole tomorrow, so it looks amazing. And this is my 6-month-old, and within this time has tripled the length, which is, I'm so proud of it. It is absolutely gorgeous. So this is my marble pothos that I have bought from somebody. Obviously I can't remember who, but that now is giving me these absolutely gorgeous big leaves. So but I do want my variegation. Now this particular one here is supposed to be the Jesenia, which is the half, which apparently quite rare to find. But I'm losing my variegation as the plants gets bigger, so I do want you to look variegated, so that's why I moved it. But this is the original. Obviously this is the few original. This one's a little bit damaged, but that's from when I bought it. And this is my new growth, and the new growth is still pretty good. It's just unfortunately that I moved it and I've lost the color, but it does show it's showing that the plant is so much more healthier, because obviously the variegation is supposed to be the weak part of the plant, but it does look good on us. So I'm just moving it a little bit slightly away from the sun, or a little bit of a heat, not direct so much or not bright so much. So hopefully it will come back and give me, just half and half. That will do. I don't want it all green and I don't want it all white. I want this lovely, perfect variegation, just like that. That's what I love. So I'm hoping that will come back. But I just wanted to quick show you This is my marble Queen Pothos, or marble Pothos, and I'm just really pleased with it. So I have a few more climbers that I could show you, which is, you know, it's going to be a different type, but it's also growing really well. So the difference between so much sun to not enough sun, which is this, to too much sun, which is there, and it's absolutely lost its a variegation, so like so. And I've since just moved it, and it's sort of half and half, so that's what I like. And this one is growing, and it's not much. So let me show you my Philodendron Brazil from when I bought it into when I, you know, starting to grow, and then I moved it into sort of similar spot to this when I had it, and it changes to color again. So let's go and see that one. Okay guys, I am in my section where I have my Philodendron Brazil. This is another absolutely gorgeous plant. Now again, I bought this one about 6 months ago. This one is actually a very slower growth, but when I did bought it, it was all this was absolutely yellow. So the lady that I bought it from, she said that she had it in the sun quite, you know, out there, so it's kind of burning the leaves. It didn't exactly burn it, but it was struggling to give that beautiful variegation. So, but since I had it, instead of absolutely yellow like this one over here, all the leaves has started to grow into lime color, so it's turning green, which is great. Now this is the new growth since I've had it. There's one beautiful half and half, and then these ones even much perfect. So this is what it's supposed to look like, the Philodendron Brazil. So you've got this lovely dark green, and then you have this lighter color green, and then of course you got the lime in the middle. So, and this is exactly what I wanted to do, which is I'm very pleased. When I had this one in the front room, which is absolutely excellent because the color of the leaves are just the way it's supposed to be, and it's absolutely perfect. But I have moved it into the shade here, which is a little bit brighter, and this is the result of being too much sun. So the variegation is a lot more lighter because it was getting a lot more sun, so it's sort of kind of burning a little bit, I suppose. I think that's what it means. So it's kind of the opposite with the marble Queen Pothos, whereas the marble Queen Pothos, the more sun it gets, the greener it goes. But this one, the more sun it gets, is the lighter it goes. So I have just moved this inside near my door, so hopefully this will come back, and then the new leaf that's coming right through is hopefully like this, not so much lime color or yellow. I don't really want that. There we go. So that's another one, and I have two growing. So this one again, like I said, when I bought it, this one was, there were 3 in one pot, but I kept 2, and I swapped the other one for another lady. So it has come back to a greeny, but it didn't quite make it there. But that's okay, because that's, the greener it is, the healthier the plant. So the lighter the color, well, it's not supposed to be healthy. So but this particular plant is meant to be having this 3 tones of colors. So this is another perfect example of this lovely variegation. So you can see the dark green with the light green, and then you got the lime in the middle. So I mean, I fell in love with this one as soon as I saw it. And again, this one here is much lighter, so I'm hoping now that I have moved here is going to change the you know, color. So as you can see here, a young shoot is coming through, so it's loving my pole, except my pole is not so long, but this is okay, it's not that bad. I also have this lovely azigo, so it's Easter cactus that I have rescued from my mother's one pot plant, which had all the leaves were all like absolutely pinky purpley from being burnt from the sun. So I took all the leaves out, Some of them I've replanted, some of them I just throw away. But I keep the stalk, see this one here? The stem of the old plant, and I have replanted it around the pot that I have planted my Philodendron Brazil. And as you can see, it has given me new leaves. And next year, this will give me beautiful pink colors. Now, I do have a lot more in the veranda because I put a lot more over there, and it's just super gorgeous. So I'm really happy with what I've done. I've rescued it a little bit. Hopefully it will give me some lovely flowers next year. So as you can see, I've actually snapped a few when I moved the plant, which is not good for me, but that's okay. I will just transfer this here. I might be able to rescue it. I'm not going to throw it out because this particular plant will grow with just a small piece of the leaves, so that's going to be okay. So it's going to be there, so I'm just going to leave that there. So as you can see, this is my Philodendron Brazil, the same length of pole that I have made for my marble pothos. See, as you can see, they're the same time I planted it, but this one's only growth 1/3 of the length. Yeah, 1/3 of the length of the marble pothos. So, but this one was in here. So this particular plant was when I have it. So I've got like maybe five leaves when I had it. So this is my new leaf. That's since I got the plant. So given me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's basically 1 leaf a month, which is not very good, but as you can see, it's lovely plants, and it's damn worth it. So don't have to have a fast growing plant. This is a slow growing, but it's so beautiful. So I love my lovely Brazil, Philodendron Brazil. I do love to collect all the rest. There are 3. I think there's 2 more or 3 more. Cream splash, or and then silver. I did have one, but it just unfortunately didn't live. So hopefully I can ask my mum again to send me some more, and that will be great. So, but this is my beautiful baby. So that's one of my climber. So I can show you some more of climber so you can see more of my beautiful plants. So let's just take a couple of photos, and right there, I'm hoping the color will change to the perfect combination that it should, now that I have put it in the house. Okay, so let's go and check my other climber. Okay, here we are. This is my other climber that I have made a sphagnum moss cocoa fiber pole. This one is called the Philodendron heart shape. Now I only just got this one, so it's quite new. Probably a couple of weeks, maybe 3. I can't really exactly remember now, but I have put this in the climber, and I've got 2 in there. And since I've put it in a climbing pole, he's giving me a new leaf. See, now this one I have swapped my marble pothos. Marble pothos was in this section, and it's turning green rather than color. The variegations, I've lost my variegation, so I have moved it with this one, because this one obviously needs more sun than the other one. So hopefully, now my climbing pole is kind of leaning over, so I really need to fix it. So let me just see if I can do it right now. Maybe I've got too much water. To do that tomorrow. I've got 3 growing. One is slightly struggling. Oh no, it's actually my golden neon pothos. I actually put one in there behind there just to give it a bit of a thing, but I don't really want that to have too much sun, because the golden pothos does not need too much sun. So this is the new leaf that I've had since I planted it. So it's about a couple of weeks. It's giving me 2 leaves already, so that's fantastic. So this is called the Philodendron heart shape. So that's lovely it is. So I got this one from Bunnings. slightly damaged, but that's okay. It will be giving me new leaf in time, and it'll be growing faster than the Brazil, Philodendron Brazil. So I will have to check my pole tomorrow because it's leaning backwards, so it's not really perfectly straight. Alright, so I'll show you my other climber. Okay, so this is another one that I bought online via Gumtree or Facebook, can't remember exactly, but this is another Philodendron Maycan. This is called a Maycan. I finally got one. I did ask my mum to send me some, but unfortunately it didn't live, so I had to just purchase one. Now I have put it on this particular plant. It is quite a nice length climber, but I didn't have a longer climber, so I just temporarily wrap it around here. Yeah, so I'm gonna need to make another lovely longer climber so it can dig the aerial roots. But this one doesn't really have much aerial roots like the other plants, so it doesn't really need that soft. I don't like this when you buy from the shop. They're really hard. The aerial roots cannot dig into it. It's just too tough. So that's why I make my own. So anyway, so this is the new growth for my lovely Philodendron Maycan. So as you can see, there's quite a good length. I got a few plants. Got one in here. I think I've got two in this particular one. So as you can see, this lovely new growth. It's a little bit slightly damaged, but it'll be all right. It'll give me a new one, hopefully, once I get it going. So there's a new one here. And as you can see, this new fresh one. So I've got a couple. So we'll see what happens. I did wrap around some of the vine around it, so I have a new growth around the plants. So let me go and show you my other climber that I'm so proud to show and tell. So I'll leave that one in here a little bit. This one gets a little bit of sun. Alright, so that's my lovely Philodendron Maycan. Okay, the other one that I'm going to show you is my beautiful golden neon pothos. This is lovely gold neon pothos. Again, this one is a really touchy growing. From my, from the short experience that I have, it is very hard to keep alive, I must say, because I think I have most of the time maybe put too much water. It doesn't like too much water, so I did only water it once a week.